Those who have come for the first time, please come forward. It would be better. Those who have come for the first time, please. Just, no, you can sit on the first and second row, so we know that. Because those who have come earlier, please come. There's nothing to be afraid of. Makes no difference. Come in. Told to other people. And you have to realize once that a human being is born in a different type than an animal. A human being has a sense of beauty. A human being knows what is repulsive, what is not. The fragrance that we call as beautiful, maybe that if a buffalo is passing that way, may not notice it. And he would not mind any kind of filth around. God has made human being a very special one. Now, with our intellect, with our growth, in our understanding of things, the awareness that is developed, of course, through our ego, our effort, but still, when human beings reach a certain stage of development, they realize that the joy of life is not in matter. They realize rationally, not through any experience, but rationally, they see themselves, they see around, and they find those who are materially equipped are not happy. Rationally. But there is something innately built in a human being that he tries to think beyond. He wants to know beyond. He doesn't feel satisfied with himself. He may have everything that he's asked for. Like Gautam Buddha. He was given all the comfort, everything, all the indulgences, all the pleasures of life. But still, he wanted to know something beyond. And that beyond is within us. We go to various places to satisfy the spiritual earth within us in different ways. We run about. Even in the pleasures that we find, is nothing but is the hidden spiritual earth only. Because we do not find any joy in these things, that's why we turn ourselves to God, to spirituality, to self. So we do not know how to find it. We try the same tool, method, which we have used so far. Supposing you have to find something for yourself, you use your effort, which means you have to put in effort. That's the way we have lived all our lives. By putting effort only you have been able to receive. Even from the stage when you are amoeba, the amoeba had to put in some effort to get to his food. So, the style of our life has been through effort. That's why even when we think of the beyond, naturally, we think of putting in some effort about it. What we do. So we read books. So we read Bible. We go to church. We go to temples. We go to mosque. Then we start going and seeing people, the holy people. And still we do not find it. Because it is within us. you are trying to find it outside. This is said everywhere, it is within us. It is we that own the source. It is in our heart that the source of joy is it. But we go outside, we try to find out from others. Human beings have developed really surprisingly many spheres of activities like science. You can say like psychology. Other sciences like medical sciences and things like that. And they have also reached the moon, but still outside. There is no way of going inside. You do not know how to take your attention inside. That's the main thing. That's why you feel frustrated. You reach a point where you think, no, this is not it. You try to do every sort of thing. Whatever somebody says, all right, by standing on your head, you'll get it. You'll stand on your head. I mean, not that you have spared yourself. You're not spared. You have done whatever was asked for, but still you did not find it. Everyone also says, some of them are really talking like this, that you have to find it within yourself. But you don't know how to find it. You don't know which is the way to find it. How to take your attention inside. You are listening to me, you are paying full attention to me. But if I say, please pay attention to yourself within, you can. But supposing you are paying attention to me and this flash falls down, something happens. Immediately your attention will be attracted towards that. So to attract your attention inside, some happening has to happen within you. There has to be a happening. Something has to happen within you by which your attention is attracted inside. Now this is not brainwashing. If somebody brainwashes you, all right, you do this, you do that, and you do that. That's not the way. A happening must take place within you so that your attention goes inside to know yourself. And if that is the step ahead of you, if after this human stage you have to jump into that, then there must be something built in us. After all, God could not have created us from amoeba to this stage for nothing at all. Now there are some people here having a big controversy about evolution and God. There is nothing like that. You see, it is so integrated. God has evolved us. Scientists won't accept, but He has. Whether they accept it or not. He has helped us to come to this stage. And so many scientists have accepted this. That it would not have been possible to become a human being in this short time. In the time Earth seceded from the sun, it was such a very, very little short time that even a living one unicellular animal like amoeba could not have been created by the law of chance. But they don't know how to explain. You see, whatever they do not want to explain, they cannot explain this fact. Another man says, this is God. But still, why should you accept God? Why should an intelligent man accept God? Because Mataji says so? Why should he? Why should any scientist accept God? So he says, all right, shut him out. So the time has to come where you have to prove him. You have to convince. Not mentally, but by experiencing him, by understanding. Now there are many psychologists who believe in the universal unconscious, and they have proved that there is a universal unconscious which gives us in our dreams lot of balance, courage, harmony. And they have tried to prove how people who depend on their unconscious are always helped in life and are happy. But they too being human beings could not group at the complete synthesis of this truth. But only part of it. Like they can come into dark room, say this is this, this is this. Another comes from the other side, he says this is this, this is this. The complete truth they could not put forward. So they are also denied. Now the style of human mind becomes the denial type. It goes on denial. He says, no, not this. This is not true. That is not true. Even science is temporary. It doesn't explain. So it's not true. God is not true. No guru is true. Nothing is true. Then he is frustrated. But there is an urge. If there is an urge for drinking water, that means there must be some water provided for. If you believe that there is God who is compassionate, who is kind, then you cannot think to be that cruel as not to give you the water of life. And when so many of them, such great people like Christ, Krishna, have announced about all these things, they cannot be all wrong. But there has been always a gap between the people who are born at that level and people born at this level. And they could never explain, only those who were sensitive accepted that. So now we are at a juncture, at a point where something has to be done to prove it. It has to happen. The happening must take place, that to our mass. This must happen to many people. Otherwise, happens to one person, he is crucified. He is given poison. He is treated as mad, insane, till he lives. When he dies, then make temples, churches, wear diamonds, move about seriously, preach about him. When he lives, murder him. So the time has come for us to have a new awareness, a new dimension by which we can make out who is true, who is not. By which we will reach that universal unconscious. By which we get connected with that collective being about which everybody has been talking. Even Lal Watson, the recent biologist, talks about a being which is a collective being, and he thinks that it can embody himself and come round to tell us and decode about the universal unconscious. Everybody has been hoping for this, so it must happen. It has to happen, and it happens because you have got within yourself a complete mechanism built in through your evolutionary process, which is now shown here. This is a very subtle thing. It's an energy, and you cannot see it. The doctors can't see it. You have here about 2-3 doctors sitting down, and they find that medical science is irrelevant now after getting to Sahaja. Because whatever is available through the senses, that's all we can grasp. But whatever is beyond the senses, we cannot. Either we should develop an awareness which is beyond the senses, like a person should have a microscope to see things under microscope, or you should say it doesn't exist. You cannot force people to say something which they do not see. But I am just telling you about this instrument that is within us. But you need not believe it. But you need not deny me also. It is worthless. This instrument is within us, placed like this. Now I tell you there are 7 centers placed. The first is the red one that you see. Down below is the red center, which is called, only in the Sanskrit language we have names. It doesn't mean that it is Indian, but it is only in Sanskrit language we have the name. It is not property of Indians or anybody. It is the property of the whole world. And everybody has But as in the medical sciences, the names are only in English. And there are so many things, the words are only in English, like economics and all that. One doesn't deny it. In the same way, if some things are in Sanskrit language, you shouldn't be angry about it. And you shouldn't feel that, how can that be? Some things can be known by others also who do not know English language. So it is like that. Because India is a country where people are more leisurely, and there were some people who sat down into meditation and who really worked to find out what is beyond. And they have seen and they have felt and they have understood these things that exist within us. But you also, once you have realized, you will also know that it exists. And you will see the pulsation, you will see the rising, you will see every chakra, and you can feel it. All this will happen to you after little maturity, after your self-realization. But you have to little bit much. As I said, that it is our evolutionary process. So it is a living process. You can understand the seed growing up. In the same way, we grow up into our own manifestation, into our new awareness. Now a seed becoming a tree. Do we ever think that this seed is going to become the tree? But it does. We take it for granted because we see it every day. It's happening every day. So for us it's not a surprise. But for people who have never seen it happening, it would be quite a big surprise. In the same way, this Kundalini, when you will start seeing it, you will be surprised that it exists. It exists at that round, pink place which is at the base of your spine, the triangular bone. You can see it by it. It is to be awakened. It is a residual force, kept there waiting for your evolution. That is like a prenue, what we call in Sanskrit an ankura. Is the part of the seed that anchors itself in the ground. That is placed within you. It is there. It is existing. But here I have to tell you one thing very frankly, because I have read so many books on Kundalini. I'm a god. I don't understand. Especially the foreign. I can understand Tantrikas doing that nonsense because they were definitely satanic. They wrote it because they were satanic. They were horrible people, sinful people. I can't understand Westerners who are non-Christ to confuse sex with Kundalini. How can sex give you realization? How can sex be part of your evolutionary process? It cannot. But it helps us to believe, because that is one thing we can do. Awakening of Kundalini you cannot do. It is beyond. You cannot achieve. It is beyond. It is like a light which is not yet enlightened, and it cannot enlighten itself by itself. Some enlightened light has to enlighten. You cannot do it. So, here clearly you can see the red spot is the spot where the deity for all these reproductive functions of human beings is placed and is known as Shri. He is Sri Ganesha. Sri Ganesha is the deity embodiment of innocence. He is the one who was created long time, and he came on this earth as Lord Jesus Christ. He is the same. He doesn't belong to you or to any Christian. He belongs to the whole world. He came for the emancipation of the whole world. If you think that Christ belongs to churches, he does not. You take it wrong. Neither Krishna belongs to temples, neither Christ. You just open your eyes towards your church, towards your temple. You see, you have put up some clergymen, appointed them. You say they are the people in charge of Christ. How can they be? How are they related to Christ? What do they know about Christ? You can read Bible, you can interpret it. What is their model before you? They are also people paid by you. They are your parasites. How can the parasites of the society can say we are them? But we do not want to think about it because we are members of a church. We club together. We want to deceive ourselves on this point. We are clubbed together, but you are a seeker. Church is not going to give you what you want. It is your own temple in your heart that Christ has described. Within you it is lying, and that is what you should ask. That's the truth. That you are the master of that. And nobody can give you religion but your own. It is written in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Gita, everywhere. Those people who think they are in charge of religion are really misleading. Same about Hindu, same about Muslims, all of them. And a kind of a fanaticism that has spread out has brought down the whole conception of religion. And now, today, what we find, the young people are not interested in the churches, not interested in the temples, not interested in the religion. Why? If there was some truth in this, they would have been. But the truth is not with these people. They haven't got the truth. They are there because we are paid. We have started a social organization. Imagine in this country where so many Christians are living, such perversion and such a horrid thing that is going on. How is it possible if the churches are functioning properly on religion? They are not. They are most ineffective. I was myself born as a Christian, and I know what they are. It is not revolt against it, but understanding, pure witnessing of the thing. They have been ineffective, and the reason is they do not know the truth. Neither there is freedom for a churchgoer to think for himself. Your spiritual freedom is in danger in all these so-called religious bodies. We know of our political freedom very much, economic freedom we are very particular about. What about your spiritual freedom? You have to see our spiritual freedom, first of all, to think about it. Get out of those cells. And now let us see what it is. If it is so, then you have a right to get it. You have a right to have it. But if you are in a cage, how can you fly? How can your wings work out? So, first of all is, when you are here with me, please free yourself from your, I would say, ideas, or you can say your misidentification. I call them myths, you can call them identity. But just now, you be yourself, and I will tell you what you have got real, and face it. You must bravely face it, and see for yourself. All these churches and all these temples will have a meaning as soon as there is light of truth in them. They will have such a beautiful meaning to them once they accept the light of truth. This has happened at the time of Christ also, as you know, and he was crucified by the people who had their churches on. Who crucified him? Where the church was at that time. When he said that I have come here to complete your work, I have come here to explain it, and they crucified him. And that should not be repeated again, so please, see for yourself without denying. See for yourself, these are the centers are placed within you. Now, the lower portion of this red center looks after the reproduction and is decided by the deity of Shri Ganesha, who incarnated on this earth as Lord Jesus Christ. And this deity is the embodiment of innocence. Before anything was created on this earth or in this universe, it was holiness and innocence that was created. We have spoiled that nature by our distance, by our misidentification. by not understanding. We should not confuse. Religion is holiness, is purity, is love. It's not perversion. It is not destruction. It is construction. Religion is the sustenance within us, by which we become human beings, by which we become superhuman beings. Religion is the sustenance by which a carbon atom has 4 valencies, by which you have 10 religions within you, which are described in the 10 commandments. What happens to them when we do not obey? Then all our machinery goes out of order. All our being gets disturbed. And because of that, this happening takes time, much more than it should have taken. As you will grow further in Sahaja Yoga, you will realize yourself that it happens. It's a living energy within you which rests at that point, triangular bone, and which rises when it is awakened. Kundalini awakening has been always confused wrongly by wrong people. I was amazed. I read these books. Oh God, they do not know anything about it. What are they talking? How can they tell such lies openly to people? How can they mislead people? There are people who are writing about mandalas, this, that. They read some book from Sanskrit language, I don't know from where, they read something and they put it in the book. Such big books does it. It has no meaning, no relevance to reality. Take it from me. It has no meaning. When you will get your realization, when you will become yourself, you can decide for yourself whatever I am saying is the truth or not. I have to tell you. Because it has been too much. You have seeking. Real seeking. You have been seeking not in this life, but in many lives you have been seeking, and that's why you are sitting down here. But before you come to me, you have had lots of problems. You have had lots of misidentification, and lots of wounds are there in your Kundalini. I have seen people's Kundalini with big holes. My compassion starts shivering in it, starts to touch it. It makes you see itself very gentle, absolutely gentle and subtle to see that it's that Kundalini. It is so saddening. You cannot imagine what a mother feels when such a Kundalini stays before you. I know you are seeking. I know you are my servant. I know I have to give you. I know. And then I find you in this place. So please, now do not play with yourself. Do not destroy you anymore. You have done this. And please, it is for your good. It is for your emancipation, for your salvation, for your evolution. You have to take your realization. Because you must know that there's a short time now. Very short time. In this short time, you have to come up. Because the time has come for the creation to mature. The maturity time has come, the blossom time has come. And in that blossom, many have to mature. Those who will not be matured, you know that the rider is going to come for the last resort, for the last finishing off. He is going to sort out everything, but there is no chance. He is not going to be compassionate. He is going to come with 11 destructive forces. He is described in all the scriptures whatsoever. So, it is necessary, and that's why your urge is also necessary. Urge is also deeper, and that's why you want to have it. But some of you have spent all your energy in wrong things, like running after some false fellow. The other day I had a German girl, she hasn't come today, and she told me for months together she was working for a guru. And she went up all the way to Germany, she went all over the places, everywhere. She spent all her energy. In this time. And then now she's so fagged out. She says, Mother, I'm tired. I know I found you, but I'm so tired. I've spent all my money. I'm a broke. I've divorced my husband. I've sent away my children. I have no energy left. I'm absolutely a broke now. I'm absolutely finished. Now what can you do about it? Still I say, it's all. Will come down. It happens. People are tired of this. So, one should not bother. Everybody is not that badly off. And one is not that hopelessly tired either. And if you know, I'm there. I'm going to work day in and day out. For 4 years I'm going to be in London. I'm going to work it out for you. And it's going to work out. But you must know that you must ask for reality and the truth. All the time for the truth. But it cannot be decided by your rationality, but by your experience. So you must awaken yourself to the experience. If you haven't got the experience, then know that you are not sensitive. Next time you get it. But be a studious, a devotee, and then you can achieve it. Some of you really take some time. You have some people here who took a lot of time. They used to get vibrations, again lose it. Get vibrations, lose it. But that's not it. You have to be there. You see, it is a salvaging. And even if somebody is pulling you out, you again go back, and again you pull out, and again you go back. But come back and put your foot there. That's how you can manage. In short, I have tried to tell you that there are these 7 centers within us through which the Kundalini rides. And also I have told you that after realization, you get into a new awareness. By this you can feel the collective consciousness. You can feel the centers of other people. You can feel your own centers. You start seeing yourself. Because of this happening, your attention goes inside and you see your Kundalini also rising, making a pressure, a gentle pressure, working it out, and you start seeing everything. You can cure yourself and you can cure others. Your health improves naturally because the vital force which works through your parasympathetic starts pouring into you. Sort of you get to the main of the vital force. Your baptism takes place, means your fontanelle bone opens, which is called in the Sanskrit language as Brahmarandra. Means you open yourself into the Brahma, means the subtle, all-pervading power of God is Brahma. And this soul opens into that and you become aware of that, by which you become collectively conscious. Sitting down here, you can feel the vibrations of another place. Sitting down here, you can show people. Sitting down here, you can awaken the Kundalini, but about realization, you cannot say. Because realization has to be asked for. It has a protocol of its own. You have to knock at the door. If you think you are a great personality, the realization doesn't come to you. If you think you have already found it, realization said, all right, you go ahead. But you have to say that, no, I want to have it. I'll eat this. You have to ask. You have to knock at the door. If you do not do that, if you are not asking for it, you are at liberty, absolutely free to choose. You cannot be forced. You cannot have people mesmerized like that. No, you cannot. Absolute freedom. Even when you have got realization, you have absolute freedom to fall or to rise. Because freedom is the thing that you have to have. And how can you take out somebody's freedom and give him freedom? You can't. So the first freedom comes to you about choice, whether you want to have it or not. This is the first freedom that God has given you, to choose right and wrong, and He is not going to go beyond you. He is not going to take away that freedom once He has granted you. It is throughout mental. And then the complete system, the knowledge and ethics. Whatever you know, you will be surprised that you will know it much more clearly, and that I will tell you the decoding of it. And when you will tally it, you will find it works. For example, when we have these 5 fingers here and 5 fingers here, when you get realization, you will be amazed that from your hand a cool breeze-like thing starts working. It is mentioned in the Bible that the Holy Spirit permits cold breeze. You will start getting cool breeze. This cool breeze goes into you and will cool down. Will cool you down completely. Your system will be cooled. And then you will feel that from your hand also a cool breeze is flowing. When you put your hands towards somebody like this, you'll be amazed. That person may give you little burning on one finger, maybe little numbness on one finger, maybe little heaviness on another finger. Now when I decode it and tell you that you ask, that person, is he suffering from this trouble? The other day I met a lady, I said, have you got a liver problem? She said, ask her. How do you know? I said, don't ask him. If you come to Sahaja, I'll tell. Because unless and until this happens for you, it has no meaning. Now how people get cured? Because these centers are like this. And this is the left and the right sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic is in the center, but the limited amount of energy we have from the parasympathetic gets exhausted. Then you get sick. But by Kundalini rising, the force that is eternal starts pouring into us through this, and it supplies. Again they come back to normal. And that is how people get cured. Yes, I have cured cancer patients. Cancer can only be cured by only Sahaja, nothing else. It is a simple thing which doctors will not accept. It is the overactivity of the sympathetic nervous system that causes cancer. Cancer came on this earth since I was born. Because as a reaction, people started taking into sympathetic activity. Too much of sympathetic activity creates cancer, any kind. Then you can say even a sickness can create a sympathetic activity. When people say it is due to cold, cancer has come. It is due to rubbing of the nails, it has come. It is not. It is more overactivity that has caused this cancer and can be completely cured through Sahaja. But first of all, you must get your realization. Without realization, you should not ask for cure. I mean, they are cured, no doubt. They can be cured also by taking. It's all right. But that's not so important. You see, you'll be surprised. There is some magazine which has published about me. In, I think, Tanzania and some places in, I don't know, East Africa and all that, about how I have cured people and how done. And this is a very miraculous power and all those things. Thousands of letters are now pouring down here, saying, Mother, you cure our this thing, cure this, cure that. You see, for them, curing is amazing. But there are so many wrestlers who come to me and say, Mother, give us peace. So this is just a byproduct. Curing is not the main thing, it's just that. Once you get it in a bundle, the whole thing. That is your physical being improves naturally because the vital force supplies you the physical energy. Also your emotional being gets absolutely settled. Because you become one with yourself. All your fears, all your doubts, all your insecurities settle down because you know that you are self. You see, when you start seeing through the self, you become a witness. The whole thing becomes like a drama, as if you are standing in the water and you are afraid of the waves. But once you jump into a boat, then you start seeing the drama of the different waves that were frightening you one time, and you get settled. You start seeing it. Like a witness, you have to be a witness. But by saying you have to be a witness, you cannot. It's a happening. When it happens to you, then you become a witness. You cannot afford to be worried because you get a hole here. And all the worries, all these things pass out. On both sides of this hole, here, that is the soft bone you have seen among children. There you can see the ego and the superego are built. And that's how our brain is covered like this. And you develop a feeling that I am X, I am Y, I am Z. This I-ness develops. But when the Kundalini rises, it sets from both the sides, the ego and superego, into these two channels which are on the side, which are related to our subconscious and to our supraconscious. Supraconscious is the future side of it. When it is active, there is a state created. You can feel the state because you become thoughtlessly aware. You become thoughtless. To begin with, you become thoughtless. You really become blank. You start feeling the silence. Then the Kundalini opens this part. When she opens this part, then what happens? The Brahma, the all-pervading subtle power, that is divine love of God, which is all over, in every part and part, every anu, as they say in Sanskrit language, in every molecule and atom, it's pulsates. You become one. Once you become one with it, then you start feeling. Actually, you lose all your so-called powers and you become the power. You become a part of that power. You become a hollow personality and you start feeling the beautiful place, the melody of that power within you, and you start enjoying it. But the time has come. It is your right to have it. You have to have it. But be prepared. You have to accept it. You cannot rationalize it. By rationality, you cannot go into that unlimited place. It is a thing that happens, you just become that. What rationality brought you to this human state? You were amoeba, you became human being. What rationality a seed has to become a tree? It's a spontaneous process brought forth by God's divine love. He works it out. You cannot even create one flower that's living. Plastic you can. But not one living flower you can create. The one who creates thousands and thousands of millions of these beautiful, different, fragrant flowers on this earth. The one who creates all this that you see, these patterns and things that you see all around. Such beautiful human beings that he creates. So many of them. How can we say that we do anything? It is he does. And that's why you have to leave the effort at this point. No effort. It's just work. It's just work. Even I do not put in any effort, you'll be surprised. No effort at all. Only I have to make effort to put your chakras all right. Sometimes your backbones are a little shaky. Something has gone wrong. For supposing some people have been dancing too much or running too much or doing something to them, I have to put it a little bit straight. Or you have been smoking too much or drinking too much. I mean, you are after your life, you see. Some people run for miles together. I mean, this is madness, I think. I know of an old lady, she was 80-year-old and she fell from a horse. Why should she do horse riding? What is the wisdom? You know, all sorts of things. We are after our life all the time. After our physical life, after our emotional life, after our mental life, and our social life. So, respect yourself. First of all, respect yourself, because this is the temple of God. Respect your body. Respect your being. And achieve it. You have to awaken and achieve it. That's all. There's not into details, I would not like to say much, because into details it is too much and sometimes it can be quite a headache. Like I would say, when I have to tell you about this room, I can put off the lights completely and tell you, oh, it's a very beautiful thing, it has a dome, it has a red thing and it has that, and all those descriptions I can give you. Still I may not be able to tell you much. And moreover, I may completely bore you stiff with that. But I can put on the light for you and see for yourself. That's much easier for me and for you. And much enjoyable. Or if I have to put on the light, I just put the switch on. But there is a mechanism behind it. There's a very big mechanism. Apart from mechanism, there's a history of electricity coming down. Historians have written a lot about this, and there is also a very big organization which is working it out. For one putting the light, it is so much. In the same way, in you there is, and behind you is a great army of angels and great army of all the incarnations who are working it out. You have had a big history of thousands of years when you were just a carbon atom, or even before that, just a lava from the sun, and today you are a human being settled down here to know about your evolution. Now the last step, which is very important and very vital for us to understand, that so far you have not known your evolution. You have never felt, you were not aware of it. But only at the human level you will know. That is the reason human beings were given freedom. In their freedom, they are going to know that you have definitely evolved. You have changed. You have transformed. We must get our transformation. If it is not so, all other rest of it is just talk, 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 and talk. We have to get our complete change within ourselves, where you become yourself. And that is the experience you should ask for. It has to be, it is invaluable. So, you cannot charge it. Most invaluable. Anybody who thinks on those lines must know that you are insulting the highest of highest. Anybody who takes money, you must know, are the parasites. It's so precious, so great. You cannot touch it. You cannot. It's most insulting. Very subtle and extremely sensitive, and it thinks, understands. So please be on a subtler level, not on a gross level. Then it will work out. Try to be on a very subtle level. You may miss it. It is so subtle that you may miss it. So be careful about it. It is for you. It is your own. You have to have it. So it's not a shop, you see. The way people are, oh, I didn't like her lecture, so I'm going away. That's not the sort of thing. It is not a shop. It is a salvaging process which is trying to help you out. It is there for you, for your seeking. It is your fulfillment, complete fulfillment. And this is the way you are going to be convinced about the existence of God and the existence of His divine power. And you are the people who are tomorrow going to change all the universe into a different realm about which they have described the kingdom as heaven. May God bless. May God bless. May God bless. Now, for the experience, let me close this. I should go down. This is the boundary lifestyle, you know. It's very great. It's come from Copenhagen. I saw it yesterday. No, Amsterdam. I'm sorry. It's come from Amsterdam. This is looking later. You know, he came inside of the sea, you see. It's all right. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. Just staying away. Now, and one more thing I would tell, that if the people come here, but they are not always informed about this meeting. They get realization, I know. Today somebody telephoned and somebody came and saw me and said they were not informed. But you must know we are not collecting any money, we have no organization, nothing. Only we have a telephone number where you should find out. We have it always on Monday at 6 o'clock. And the more you expose yourself, the better. So you should come yourself and try to come as many times as possible. As it is, you see, it is too much that everybody should write you a letter, we would like you to witness the ceremony and all that. You see, it is not possible. And you must know that you must also show your own urge to come in. So when the lady telephoned and she told me that, Mother, they have not informed us, I said, you should inform everybody. No, none of them are responsible in any way less than you are. Everybody is responsible for themselves and for others. So you have to come yourself, find out yourself, and attend yourself and get the full advantage of it, and you should join others also to understand it. It is a wise thing. It's a wisdom that should be with you, that you should do it in a way that you should feel responsible about yourself. So this is no excuse. Otherwise, maybe these people might not have written to all the people, possibly. Possibly, if they are working very hard, there are about 10 or 11 people who are working this out. You should come forward and you should say, we would like to help you, we can write some letters to people. Because there are some people who are very lethargic about it. They will be very quick if there's a ballroom dancing, but for raising themselves up, come up, they are not. Because this is to be sought, this is to be asked, this is to be found. This is the joy of the joy, and real joy. Nothing else is needed. Please put your hands just like this now. Just like this. Now why do you have to put your hands like this? It's just because these are the antonyms. I need to work with it. Just put your hands like this. Put both the feet straight like that on the Mother Earth. Because that as a earthing thing. Just and put your hands like this. Take out your shoes. If you are wearing your shoes, please take out your shoes. That's what you need. Yes. Feeling cool? Good. Very fast. Close your eyes. Now, just don't think, because you're not thinking at all if you are blind. No, enjoy this. This experience is the maximum. This is the first time that you get an experience, is the maximum. Because the Kundalini is so happy that after so many years, you see, it's got it. So feel the cool now? Close your eyes. Just close it. Close your eyes. Those who are feeling cool, just close your eyes. Just enjoy it yourself. If the Kundalini just rises, you see, and touches your Sahasrara, and she's so happy that it happens so spontaneously. Are you feeling the cold there? Not yet. Just sit comfortably. There is no need to sit very straight or anything. Comfortably. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. Whatever pose you are, it will work. Thank God, it is written in the Bible that you will feel this way. You must feel the cool breeze and the wind, as we described. Still, it's not easy to convince people. Very beautiful people today. See here. Look larger on the right. Same here. See there. You put your head little open, a little, your forehead, if you don't mind.